Endpoint going to be making a fake play towards long. This is actually a pretty interesting strategy already. Flash out from Surreal and Mighty Max. They're going to try to fake some presence towards that long side of the map. It's going to keep SKADE honest there, and you can see that it's actually working out. Endpoint, they might be moving a little bit too slowly, though. This might call for a rotation from SKADE rather soon, because it looks like they do want to go for a cat or be hit. Do they know that they're going to be walking into the majority of these SKADE players? They walked up cat already. They have a couple smokes here to do a cat swing exec with, but Spellin lies in wait, and he was the star of the previous map. Will he be able to keep it up here?
I wouldn't call him the star of the entire previous map, but he was very good towards the end of it. Is his form still there, the question? And missed shots say no. And Surreal also says no to Raftu, who's trying to find his way in through long. Some fantastic shots coming in, but that smokes being the very problematic thing for the side of SKADE. Crucial having dropped down as well, playing the close range angle. Will be brought down. Rainwaker has got to step up and play from long. If he can get the kill onto the car play, that would be huge. But so far, not really been particularly lucky in that regard. Robin and company also just move forward. And Rainwaker is left versus 4. A very difficult ask, which is about to get even more difficult as you will die. And it is difficult to do things when you are dead, Maui.
Yes, it is. There's not a lot of options for you in that state, but there are going to be some nice ones for Endpoint here. They're able to take down the pistol. That's going to continue their winning streak in rounds from the previous map. And it's going to be a nice buy from them here. Rifles across the board. A scout for Crucial as he picks mid. I'm surprised he actually missed that shot right there. But Nate's come out actually towards long. Mighty Max somehow able to dodge those. Flashes come out. Thomas, big whiffs from him actually there. That's uncharacteristic as he was such a stud on the previous map. And long control, it might be taken by SKADE right here, right now.
Oh, great shot from Rocking again. But Robin brings down Dennis Law in the meanwhile. This is it's a good start for SKADE to the round, but the fact that they're able to rotate all their players away is going to be troublesome. Rainwaker, fortunately, is the one on the other side of the map, and if there's anyone I believe in on this team, it's got to be Rainwaker. Gets the first kill, and unfortunately keeps on spraying, and he runs out of chances to take down the second. Robin left with 7 HP, but could be brought down. Crucial's the one trying to get the bomb plant, gets a great shot through the smoke as well.
It's a big death. Now it leaves both teams in a 2v2 situation. There isn't too much to work with if you're on the SKADE side. Spellin already has great advanced positioning towards tunnels right now. His scout will be hurt, so Crucial should be locked onto his angle, but it doesn't matter. Spellin's able to take him out, and rocking off of that frag is able to find another. Robin falls. Endpoint losing a crucial round here on Dust 2. This is such a sad day for Endpoint. That's a round that's usually handed to you with the weaponry that they had, but just not the right maybe flash procedures towards long early on. And SKADE, they are nade stacked towards long. It actually didn't even really amount to anything. It was just shots from them that were able to secure that round. And Spellin and Rocking on top of that doing a great job. Rainwaker with that first kill at tunnels and actually being able to tag up the second player was also instrumental in their success. But Endpoint, they're still going to fight for this economy. They know that breaking the CTs on Dust 2 is massive and can allow you to run away with some of these games, so they will continue to buy into this.
Well, speaking of people who are broken on Dust 2s, me. I'm sorry, I had to get that in. Well, I mean, you learn to laugh at yourself with everyone else. But Endpoint, they have got the odds against them in this round, but if they could come through, that would be huge. The CTs would be brought back to 0 loss bonus. We're 1-1 right now, and Dennis Law has to come up big. He feels the pressure, and you can see him getting aggressive. They're expecting him to do so, though, because they've actually backed off. This should be a player just jumping down towards the middle area. Instead, Thomas goes in, gets a quick kill. AK will be recovered as well. Crucial with the scout finishes off Spellin, and Raftu will be the only one to get a kill. Now it's 2 versus 3, and Crucial and Mighty Max and Surreal. They had an advantage before as well, but can they capitalize this time? Crucial misses a shot, will land the second, re-peeks out again. He's feeling very bold against the M4s, knows that he can't just be dinked down to nothingness, but fortunately for him, SKADE decide to back off, run away, and take the save.
A wise
I like that
decision
round.
here. Yeah, wise decision from SKADE. The 2v3 situation, it feels like sometimes you can get into those ones, but they didn't really have the utility nor the HP to make that one worthwhile for themselves. Endpoint really making something out of not a lot. Just kind of be hammering that B site there, and I love to see the confidence coming out from their players already. Robin is doing such a good job in this game thus far. But it's frags across the board for them, and everyone's come alive in this game thus far, except for Dennis Law, the only player without a kill just yet. It was quite effective with the off on the previous map, but he doesn't have one yet in this game. We'll see how he's able to make that work, but not today, or not on this round at least.
Doesn't look likely.
Unless an op just materializes, it's not going to favor his chances to
Listen,
find kills with that
Maui,
weapon.
I believe after Spellin's 4K, I believe that man has some sort of game-breaking powers. I think he's a server admin. I think he's got Visual Basic on his computer. And you know what they say about players with Visual Basic on their computer? That means they can spawn ops.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a common narrative in the Counter-Strike community.
What do you mean narrative? It's true.
Well, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's able to tap into those skills today.
Yeah.
And,
if he can enhance the sysadmins.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm running out of bad movie tropes.
And we'll see, though, if Rocking can make this position work. A good molly, though, is going to get him out of that nice boost position. He's going to just swing with it. Wow, that is a very interesting decision, but knows that if he does not hit something towards this mid to B, it's going to be tough for Rainwaker to hold the line, and that is actually going to be the case. He finds just one frag, instantly traded out by Thomas. Good procedures from Endpoint there to split from both sides simultaneously. Picture perfect, I would say, actually. And SKADE, they're going to be saving once again. And they'll have a couple M4s to work with in the upcoming round, but the other players, Rocking and Rainwaker, they're not going to have a lot to work with. Crucial, though, he actually wants to take these rifles away from them.
I like this from them. I've actually been seeing a lot recently that for some reason terrorist side teams in this week of Home Sweet Home Cup have not been hunting a lot. And a lot of that does come down to the fact that we've actually seen a lot of very close games. So I will forgive them in some regards, but in other regards, like a round like this, you have to try and punish the race. And even now, I think that Endpoint's making a mistake by not committing harder. Even if you just take one gun out of their hands, that's pretty big.
Yeah, depending on how SKADE buy into this round, though, it might be a small blessing in disguise for them, depending on what the options are. But no, SKADE won't exercise poor economic decisions here. It's going to actually just be a heavy B stack for them. I actually really like this from SKADE, where it's going to pretty much solidify that B defense, which Endpoint has been rather favoring. And if they do just lose that A site because Spellin gets taken down without doing much damage, they'll just probably save those M4s into the next round. This is a very responsible economic decision from SKADE here.
I'm surprised to see the lack of aggression towards B or towards mid, with the fact that they've got, you know, so many disabilities as far as their weaponry goes. They are slightly handicapped in that regard, but still not getting aggressive, hoping that someone walks into them. Spellin showing off the scout pretty much confirms that this isn't an A stack as well, because you're almost never going to be just posting the scout at the same place as the stack. So I don't know. Now they get aggressive. Now they take control of tunnel. Okay, I like that. It's 40 seconds left on the clock, though, and this is obviously where they have to do so. They don't really have much of a choice. Sorel, a good presence from him. He waits for the smoke to bloom before crossing. Rafter, meanwhile, will try to give a tiny little boost up to himself, actually, over Dennis Law. Jumps up, gets the first kill, looking for more. Robin found one through the smoke, and now Rafter's the next casualty. They're just looking to do damage. They know they've got the buy in the next round, but I don't like this from the CT side at all. A single bundle of HP left. To save your M4s.
Yeah, that could have been a pretty strong economic decision.
Yeah.
I was actually praising them for it prior to the round start because I figured they would play that one out differently, but no, they actually just go for the fight. They knew they were going to buy into this round, but now look at their utility. If they just save those M4s, this could have been much better of a buy. They have no kits. The most nades from any player in terms of value is Raftu with a molly and a smoke grenade. That's very weak in terms of actually solidifying an A defense here. And we'll see how the fights go their way, or will they? It won't be the case. And that's the danger of only having a single flashbang towards that side of the map. They're just dry fighting into them without the utility that you usually would need to solidify a long hold. And Endpoint, they're going to be very happy about that. And now with no kit, if they do hit this B site, you know, even if Rainwaker gets 2 to try to lock it down, there's going to be no real retake potential. No kit, only a single smoke from Spellin. We'll see if Rainwaker is able to come up with some heroics here, as they are going to be approaching his site. He was good for 1 before with a deagle, but this time around with a rifle, he's able to get 0. Spellin peeks out, trying to make something happen out of nothing, and he's only able to find 1.
Why are you fighting?
He wanted to get some heroics in from the...
No, I mean, overall,
the last map, I guess.
They've lost 2 players early. And you can see how they move on the map. First of all, that's just... Okay. I'm so sorry. I have to talk about this. If you have 3 players left and you've seen 5 terrorists on the A site where they haven't committed to a bomb site, get back, preserve your area, because maybe you get lucky and they go towards B instead because they think there's a stack or something of the sort. You saw what happened over there. Endpoint went from A long after getting control back towards B. If SKADE had just maintained positions in B site, made a stack, you get lucky there. If you don't get lucky there, nice nades over there at the very least. Crucial does get tagged. And if you don't get lucky there, you save. You're on City side. Half of the YouTube videos that I see from analysts are whining about how the economy is broken for CTs. You're not doing yourself any favors.
Yeah, it's totally true that they could have made that a much more responsible economic decision. Even just stacking all 3 of the remaining players towards B would have been a very effective way to save. Probably would have preserved those guns, even maybe found some exit kills. But Spellin, he's going to still try to rock into this round with that scout. He's going to get taken down by Crucial. He's really just desperate to find something for his team. He knows that he needs to, because he does have the only long-range weapon in that scout. But now a mid to B smoke comes out. Rocking, he wants to play around this. Will he get taken down by Crucial? If he oversteps, it might spell his doom, but he's not going to actually fall there. It's going to be some good information for the T side. And look at how split they are. Rainwaker, though, he has potential to find a few. He's able to get 1 with the scout. That's a nice headshot. And look at how it's actually moving Endpoint around the map. Thankfully, Surreal is here on Catwalk, finding a couple in the back, and that should be the A bomb site free for the taking here. And Endpoint, they had so many opportunities to fall in this round. Thankfully for them, they had just good positioning across the map, good macro spacing, and it works out for them beautifully as they're able to secure a round that was getting rather hairy.
And you have to respect that in an anti-eco as Rainwaker continues to fight up. He's trying to get a quick kill, but Crucial just finishes him off with the superior sniper rifle. Rocking's probably not long for this world either. But you have to appreciate that from Endpoint. Very good anti-eco spacing coming out from them. And that's the only reason why they win that. Because remember, in an anti-eco, very often you're going to run into a stack. You're going to run into some deagles who are just going to kill you. And that's where you need to start using your guns to their advantage in crossfires. That's where you need to start using their guns to their advantage in long-range duels. You know, you figured out where they are. Now you know how to take the best duel against them. And that's exactly what they did. And you like to see it, especially when they're playing up against a team that they're not really favored to beat and have historically had somewhat of a losing record against recently.
So this is going to be a technical pause from SKADE here. I'm a little surprised when I saw the pause come out that it actually wasn't a tactical one. We haven't really seen too many tactical pauses from these teams. There were a few on Overpass, but it feels like in a game like this where it was already getting out of hand, I felt like this could have been a SKADE pause. But I mean, regardless, it kind of does actually have the same effect at the end of the day, where you can now center your troops a little bit. You can come up with some kind of answer. And there is finally good money for SKADE in that they can buy pretty decent utility. Dennis Law should be able to equip that op. If he buys just half armor, he'll be able to at least buy a smoke grenade on top of that. So hopefully SKADE give themselves some better looks going into this 8th round.
What's the change that needs to come through, Maui, for you?
I think they can just kind of play the same game they have been, but just have better utility. I mean, we saw that they wanted to take that long fight. That's a totally acceptable plan, and it could have caught Endpoint off guard, but they only had a single flash to try to support that. And, one flash is barely ever going to catch, all the terrorists. But if you throw two flashes, one high and one kind of behind you, it's much more likely that those are going to catch all the T's off guard. You swing with both of those instead, and you're just giving yourself better odds that you're going to find some easy fights, or at least secure that long position in general. So I don't think you need to reinvent the wheel here. Just get yourself involved. Give yourself the looks that you were supposed to get on the first gun round.
I don't think it's possible to reinvent the wheel in Dust 2, but no, one day it'll be done.
Dennis Law buying a nade as his as his utility. I'm always kind of weirded out by oppers that do that. And you see it occasionally, but really,
What's his spawn?
it's not. It seems like he's in the back left kind of middle area. It's not like it's particularly good.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he just thinks his spawn is bad, so he needs to get a nade out early on to make sure they're slowed down. Okay.
I don't relate.
He's boosted. I'm trying to. If you're going towards B, you might be thinking they're in a rush. You chuck a nade out to slow them down so they don't just kill you with the angle advantage. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying that's the best I can do to try and justify it. But he's not going towards B, so I guess it's a moot point. Great shot over there. And maybe this is where the nade comes through. Nope, never mind. Surreal instead will be able to scout out Spellin. Smokes himself off, gets some modicum of safety, and Spellin has actually backed off. But this is where things get interesting. Rafter is playing the Kenny S angle, if I'm correct. Yeah, he's playing the Kenny S angle. So A is actually fairly secure. Going here looks very risky. Dennis Law, although he's only got one kill so far this entire game, he does have an AWP, and he has found that one kill this round. So it might be the magical round for him. Now, Robin and company have to get some great entry frags. They've done so in the past. This should not be any different. Rocking brought down because of some missed shots. Uncharacteristic, but it is what it is. Surreal pushing forward. Beautiful stuff. He is looking studly. Brilliant. I am terrible with words, guys. Robin ends up taking down Dennis Law, who Surreal did, of course, soften up for the kill. Sadly.
It's a 2v3. Crucial is going to be finding Rainwaker on the flank, and despite the opening pick, SKADE, they didn't seem to have the right macro adjustments necessary, or the shots for that matter, to make it count. They solidified themselves in a cat defense, and a nice leg shot from Spellin. Man, he legged two people in this round, and neither of them died. That's a little bit unlucky for him and his team. But yeah, that cat setup, it got broken apart by Surreal, who just jumps up on the box. I thought he was dead to rights right there. That's usually a free kill for the rifler at the least, who's going to be holding the close angle. And even Dennis Law, he had a chance to recover there and to find the shot onto him. But thankfully for them, Surreal runs out of bullets and was able to get traded out from lower, but it still didn't matter. Endpoint, they're going to be up 7-1. The solo op from Spellin is going to be the big win condition for SKADE in this round here, and we're going to see how, in fact, he decides to use that. He's kind of warmed up with these leg shots, but, oh, what a great...
Oh!
That was like... I thought we were going to be going down mid, but no. Yeah. A little bit of trickery there with the observing, and I really like that because it went right back into Crucial, as you can see him picking down mid.
What is this? M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah, that was a twist.
Yeah, literally. Very flexible camera operator we have right here. Raftu, he has to prove to be inflexible. He has to prove to be a brick wall that they cannot go through. But unfortunately for him, brick walls need mortar unless they want to be brittle. And this is a point where he could just break. Thomas gets him down. That's an easy kill for him. Rocking, leaning in, but the smokes will be blocking him off regardless. Spellin with a good shot, and he's got to double it up over here. If they can double peek him, maybe he goes down quickly, but they're actually going to get tricky, and Thomas is looking so good. He's going to continue forward, him and his glorious red beard, gracing the server with a whole lot of pain. Dennis Law left in the 1 versus 4. Crucial and Thomas are low, but Dennis Law's chances of winning this round might be even lower as he moves forward slowly, will be seen, and will be brought down. Thomas, 4 kills for him. Dude, this guy's a player. I'm so impressed by him. I cannot stress this enough. He is so impressive in a lot of the things he's doing.
Yeah, he never really seems like he's caught out of position, and every time he's given a 50-50 fight, he's been winning those surprisingly consistently. You think that the skill would be a little bit more evenly matched, but I think Thomas has kind of ran away with this one in terms of fragging power on an individual level. But it's going to be a fast play towards middle here. Robin's getting up towards catwalk. Dennis Law, he's offered a great opportunity to find another opening pick, and he's going to take that. Thomas, though, continues his reign of terror along with Surreal towards long right now. Raftu is going to have to hold the line. They tried to insert Thomas towards that pit position, but he's going to fall. They did not expect the third player at long from SKADE side, and now they're going to be hightailing it to what seems to be a B take. Raftu's going to be there with just an M4. He's been quiet all day. He's been actually, oh no, sorry, it's actually Spellin. Didn't read the number correctly, but Spellin, that actually bodes much better for SKADE, because Spellin, he's been very on point. If it were Raftu on this solo B defense, I would have been a little bit concerned. I don't know why I even thought that, because Raftu got the kill towards long. But take it away, T-Time, for the rest of the round.
Unfortunate timing from Spellin, though. He might have actually moved away from the angle at the wrong point. Flashes forward. That flash will not be catching Crucial, and Crucial should get that kill as a result of it. Smoke will go out towards the doors as well. Blocks it off, will allow the bomb to be planted. Nicely done, but a 2 versus 2 is not going to be getting any easier at this stage. Crucial on 10 HP. Surreal on 10 HP. Left alone as he misses the shot. A very unfortunate situation. Endpoint losing out around that. It seemed like they had in the bag. Dear God, Maui, what's happening to us, Maui? We used to be good at this, but Raftu used to be bad at this, and now he's at 3 kills, looking fantastic as he saves the second op as well. I have to praise Endpoint, not for the previous round, but for generally what they've been doing so far. They've been very good at understanding what to do mid-round. I'm actually surprised that a UK team, no offense to UK teams, but in-game leaders have been slightly dry at times. Alex is the only great one we've seen, but I think Mighty Max is the in-game leader, and he's been doing a really good job of mid-round calling after whatever's transpired earlier. That round was slightly different. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, and they hightail it to B, like you said. Very fast decision-making, where you don't really know what the entire point of that was, in terms of you could have waited out a little while longer, tried to force some CT movement, some CT rotations, take some mid-presence, but Maui, it just wasn't to be, and those rounds happen sometimes.
Yeah, Endpoint, though, they're making this play, I think, a little bit too obvious for SKADE. They've already moved into a nice 2-1-2 setup because of it. That presence from Thomas has been very clear cut. And Rocking, he's going to be in a nice off angle towards CT. That's a great position for him, a great kill for him to find as well. It's going to be a double smoke going out from him. And now he's just going to dry push through the smoke. I thought there would be a flash to support that play, but that's not going to be the case. Rainmaker, though, trying to hold the line. He's going to get traded out by Robin. 3v3 situation. Let's see if Mighty Max can continue his good mid-round calling here and insert his team into the right positions. He's actually inserted himself into CT spawn right now. That is a very awkward spot for him and his team. Spellin's going to have to hold the line rather effectively. Good flash comes out. Stereo frags for both, or on kind of a macro trade for both teams there, as the player in CT falls. That's going to be Mighty Max for Endpoint, but Spellin is taken out towards B. Thomas has a great angle. Odd flash actually pushes him off the angle, but he's not going to miss that shot twice. Now it's Op versus Op duel. Thomas versus Denislaw. It's the star player for Endpoint, but he is going to fall. Denislaw coming up with a big 1v1 there. And SKADE, they're going to keep themselves alive in this half. That was such an important round for them to win, but there's so much money on Endpoint's side. They're going to be breathing down SKADE's neck for the rest of the half.
That was a very nice peek from Dennis Law, though. I have to say, unfortunately, SKADE's money is in the bin. Very much so. Oh, I'm not going to get fooled this time. It's going to go... never mind. Dude, that's so cool. Honestly, that's actually so sick. I love that.
It's like that game a lot of observers play where they try to move through everything, but this one is just better because it's smoother and nice.
And because they pre-programmed it, yes.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I try to do that too, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I'm casting myself, I do that all the time. But yeah. Anyhow, props to SKADE. Beautiful 1 versus 1 coming out from Dennis Law. He really saved the day over there. Mighty Max, I can understand why he was there. I actually think he could have won them that round. But, you know, obviously, if you just die, that, no matter what your position is, that's not going to be particularly helpful. So maybe two things that are slightly unrelated. Now, though, Denislaw wants to be related to Endpoint's players in a much more intimate fashion, as he wants to witness their dead bodies. He wants to be at their burial. He wants to lay them down in the grave. Very intimate, very friendly, very loving. That's just a relationship between these two teams. I feel like that's one of the nicest things you can do for someone in terms of after they've passed. You can be the one to help them out with the funeral and everything. That's what he's trying for. But he's rushing the process of it, as is Surreal. He's returned the favor, and he's going to keep on going. 4 versus 2. Raftu now has to try and save the day again. He's had 1 standout round. Can it be 2? Because if it can't, then SKADE is in one hell of a tricky situation.
Yeah, this is not looking promising for SKADE in this round. I think they're just going to have to save these guns, and because their money has been hurt so many times over and over again. In fact, that previous round, despite them winning it, they had a worse buy than Endpoint. They had to equip the FAMAS despite the victory. Denislaw, he had to win that 1v1 last round, but it's at such a great cost. It just hurts your economy so much. I mean, you're going to take the round victory all day, every day, but man, does it hurt to be a CT sometimes winning a 1v1 clutch, because look at this. Look at that. I mean, Endpoint, they were able to secure cat control so nicely. They got an opening pick on Denislaw there early on in the round, but these frags from Surreal, this wouldn't happen if there was a little bit more counter utility from SKADE, you know, a counter flash, a counter molly, something to slow them down. And Surreal, he does such a great job given all of that space, and he takes it in stride.
Very fast play coming out from Crucial, actually. He's looking to scope in and find the early kill. Rainwaker might be delivering it to him. Rainwaker. Okay, he's just going to be playing car. I wanted to check the corner angle early on. A lot of teams have actually started a nade early from the terrorist side because of how many CTs just get up close and personal. You can just get 350 damage. It's actually quite nice.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too. It's a good nade to try to just catch any close-up pistol or SMG player who maybe want to be playing just right at the entrance of that tunnel.
Yeah.
But look at this stack from SKADE. They put 4 of their players towards A here. It's going to be a 5-man take from Endpoint from long. They're going to go slow and steady, though, as they should, and it's going to work out in their favor. The Op versus Scout duel is going to go in favor of the Op, as it usually does. Now, Rocking, he's going to be playing close to this smoke. I don't know if Surreal recognizes this gap right here. They should, and that is going to be the case. The close smoke comes out, but Rocking's going to be coming out of that smoke, flying through it with a flash on top of it. The brawl is going to go in favor of Endpoint. Sad to say if you're on the SKADE side, and Rainwaker is going to be left. He was in that car closet earlier, and now he's in a little smoke closet right here. Surreal is going to be able to take him out, and it's going to be just trapped in the closet for Rainwaker.
By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, actually. A very interesting thing that Endpoint is doing is they throw 1 smoke early that lands in the middle. It's like the old Dust 2 smoke where you just needed... Whoa!
There it is.
We're back. Where you just needed 1 smoke. And they do that so that they can get into good positions without the enemy team being able to push through comfortably. So, you know, you're not going to be expecting an easy flash, easy visibility, all of that good stuff that can help you get some kills around CT, which can be such a tricky area. So they do that. Then they set up for the double smokes afterwards. So they actually use 3 smokes on crossing, which is a very interesting tactic for me. I've never seen that before. And I don't know if it's original or they lifted it from someone, but it's very effective so far. Denislaw with a great kill onto Crucial to start this one off. They've got the double mid smoke as well. Molotov to make sure that, you know, there just isn't a boost behind them. No cheeky business. Robin is probably going to be intercepting a player or 2 as he does do so.
3v3 situation is going to unfold. Still decent utility, though, for the Endpoint side. They can really slow down this SKADE push, and this should be heard by Surreal and Thomas, both at the car position. I think at this point, Surreal wants to get a little bit more information. The flash is going to come out. It's going to enable Mighty Max. That's a great team play from the both of them, and they know that the final players are now towards tunnels due to them just thunderfooting it through the stairwell. And look at this, SKADE, they don't want any business. They don't want any part of this. They're willing to give up an 11th round to Endpoint at this point. They just didn't see an opportunity in that round. They needed a pick early on. Raftu, he's going to be challenged here, and just save. Okay, come on, man. Just save. The reason you're hightailing it out of there is so you can save. That damage is not worth it at this point. And That was almost going to trigger me there. I usually don't mind when people try to find these these exit frags like that, even when their money's bad, because, you know, it actually does get your confidence going.
Yeah.
The moral impact from finding those frags is actually sometimes worth it. But it really, really was not worth it there. You just hightailed it out of there, and you needed that gun moving into this round.
Especially after how many times you've just done a silly thing like that. Endpoint, they've got themselves, you know, some fun days.
They shot so late.
Yeah.
What? They missed
They
a
probably
big
expected
opportunity.
them to slow down because it's the last round. You know, Endpoint outplayed themselves while trying to outplay SKADE. Dennis Law was a great kill though, and that's one of the problems of staying in T-spawn for that long. That's actually one of the ways you can punish that strategy if you're able to get across. You just get very aggressive on B and on A with an AWP. If you've got a double AWP setup, it's easy pickings. Maui, what do you think about their crossing smokes?
For mid?
No. For the three smokes they used to cross on A.
When they threw that, I thought it was just because one of them was fading that they threw.
No, they've done this 3 times now.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah.
I'm not sure what. It kind of like makes it awkward if anyone wants to push.
Yeah,
through.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It keeps it. They're gonna run through that smoke and they're just gonna think they're gonna pop out the other end, but then they're kind of still in a smoke and they're a little bit more disoriented. It's some next level thinking on the Endpoint side, and if you have that extra utility, I don't see why not. But sometimes it's really nice to have the post-plant smokes as well, like, because if you just smoke off cat, we'll hold that thought because it looks like an engagement is about to begin here. This is probably going to determine the round if they're able to get this frag cleanly, but they are not. Spellen's going to be able to get that kill. The molly is going to be going towards the bomb site. Crucial and Robin, they're going to try to scale off of the catwalk. Rocking's just going to take this fight in stride. He's not able to find anything there. Kind of a weird tap out from him. SKADE, they're able to get their 4th round. A huge one for them. And no one really showing up for them, though. Spellen, he's continuing some of his form from the second half of the previous map, but no one is really able to join him. Will anyone be able to do so into the second half? Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a pause, though, or a break, warm-up, between that second half starting and now. I like it though. If we want to keep talking about that,
yeah, I wanted
think,
to
though,
ask you about
it's still really I just think it's really valuable. The more utility you have in a post plant, because retakes aren't actually that hard. Especially if the CTs have preserved their own utility pretty decently. So if you have that late cat smoke or even another smoke kind of for CT later on, that can just be so valuable. That I don't really like extra smokes on execs when they aren't necessary or when you can kind of game plan around it. And if you kind of anti-strat the opposing team, which they may have, I mean, they've played SKADE a bunch of times, so maybe they know the tendencies of their players better than we do, then maybe it does provide a lot of value. If it provides you 1 kill, that's value. That's what you need. But if, say, they don't want to run through it, then you just kind of threw a smoke for no reason, like then...
I think
then
it's
you're
more
just
that
wasting a smoke.
It's also really good against pistols for me. Because,
yeah.
Like, that one flashbang and pistol peek is so deadly.
Yes.
So I actually think situationally it's better than saving a smoke for afterplant. Because you're probably going to have 1 smoke for short anyway, which is the most important place to smoke off in afterplant for A site. But I have mixed feelings on it too. But I don't know. I think I like it. I think I actually quite dig it.
Oh, in this game, I liked it. In this game, I liked it. It is situational, though. I'd say.
No, I agree. I wouldn't say that you put it in every single time you're going for an A cross smoke, though.
It's a good. I just think it's a good anti-strat kind of thing. Because if they like pushing, then sure, do it. But if some teams are a little bit more
everyone likes
passive.
pushing over their own dust too. Especially if you don't have much money.
Some teams don't. I mean, some teams more so favor the boost behind the smokes, for example. So
that's true.
So if you kind of know the tendencies of your opponents, you can game plan it in that sense.
I suppose. But the other thing I think is that where it's probably not valuable on a tier 1 level, but I think maybe on this level it would be valuable, is that a lot of these teams that I've seen, Maui, they're very susceptible to being pushed while they're setting up.
Yeah, they
And
take a little longer with all their nade lineups,
yeah,
making sure
exactly.
everyone's in place.
Exactly. So just because of that hiccup in coordination, and I speak from like again unfortunate experience in this regard, and that you can be pushed down and sprayed down very quickly on a map like Dust 2 because players individually can do that. It's just built to allow individuals to perform even without flashes sometimes, even without like anything to help you. Dry peaks can be very effective on this map. So, you know, it does sort of dissuade that to some extent. Now, to what extent? That's obviously a question mark. But I can see it being extra useful on a tier 2, tier 3 level.
We're going to see an aggressive play out from Endpoint already. They want to keep up their pace, their tempo-setting ways, but it's not going to work out as SKADE are able to find 3 frags. That just blew up right in their faces. Endpoint, they got to have some heroics to come back into this one, but it doesn't even seem like that's going to work out for them as well. Mighty Max loses the duel towards Long. Robin, he's going to be on this Xbox right here. Might be able to get one. Nope. Spellin, man, he's been so good for this SKADE team, and he's led by example. And that is an important round for SKADE, but this is still a dangerous round for them here. The Deagles from Endpoint, they haven't been tested too much throughout the series just yet, but I mean, you can always expect players like Thomas and Robin to come in when they have opportunities in duels.
And Robin's also been a bit of a revelation for me. He's been such a good entry fragger. I'm thoroughly impressed with him on T side. T side, less so. He needs to work on his rotation timings, in my opinion. And when he rotates, where to go to after rotating in the site, sometimes lacks a bit of presence for that. But honestly, it's such a minor thing. I wouldn't even particularly criticize it. I've been very impressed by Endpoint so far, like just across the board.
Yeah, they've looked pretty good, but I think it's now SKADE's time to show us what they got. They have a little bit of momentum because of that pistol victory. Let's see if they're able to continue it here. Robin going to throw a nice counter smoke. That's going to slow down this T push a little bit. He's going to just fight the corner, though. This might be a little bit ill-advised because that smoke offers a lot of opportunities, and he's not going to actually use any of it. It will slow these oncoming Ts, and Thomas, we were talking about him, he shows up with a nice headshot. Robin, I think he just got scouted right through the smoke. Rainwaker is blocking down middle, but he's going to be traded out, but it's just crucial that remains in a 1v3. Probably just going to maybe save that ump in this utility and bring it into the next round. We'll see if he can find any more kills here, but nope, he's going to just hightail it out of there.
What a pleasant change. The city's actually trying to preserve their economy after they know they've lost a round.
Could have been maybe afforded another kill here if he's was sneaky enough on Xbox. He maybe could have timing Dennis Law here. It would have been a really nice kill. Could have upgraded the gun. But yeah, I like that he's just going to keep this. He's probably going to be dropping the Deagle to someone, maybe playing a close angle with the ump. And, you know, any of these kills with the ump now moving into the upcoming round is just going to be bonus cash to either equip an op early on for himself, because he usually has been picking that op up for his team. I think he'll still be able to afford an op moving forward anyways, so it'd just be nice to see him get a kill with that ump, just to see if he can maybe get a little bit more utility.
The thing is, Maui, I agree with you, but my question would perpetually be, it's not that you need to get a kill with the ump that round to be able to do that. That round, the kills you're getting are to damage T-side economy more and maybe get an AK-47. So if all you're looking for is extra money, you'll probably have a much higher chance setting yourself up early on in a CT round right now like this. So Surreal over here, I'm surprised that shot didn't land, actually. Spellin will instead come through with 2 very nice kills. He will try and continue forward. Meanwhile, the UMP is circling around. He'll be facing off against Dennis Law soon enough, but who will come out on top of that is a important question. Crucial. I mean, he's going to be able to peek out. Can't quite catch the timing. Can't quite catch the player. Can't quite catch a break. And neither can Thomas. Not a single player dead on SKADE's side. And Endpoint, as much as they would have loved it, they can't get the extra utility on Crucial.
He's still going to have some pretty good util, and this is just such a better look in the first gun round. Compare this to SKADE's first gun round, where their utility was so light. There's some full nades on Mighty Max. There's actually players with full economy here. There's still no kit for them, but at least the Opera here are crucial. He has some nades to work with, and let's see if it solidifies their long play. The Molly comes out, the flashes as well. Spell's going to push on forward. He feels so forced out of that spot, and he has no one to cover him because that Molly is right there in the tunnels. It's so effective.
Yeah,
Surreal as well, playing off his utility. That's what you love to see if you're on the CT side.
I really like Crucial's positioning though. He's gonna die potentially, but if he hadn't pushed forward, that would have been really good. That would have been very, very good. Because that completely blocks off any chance of the rotation coming through when there's a minute and 15 seconds left. That's one of the biggest problems you can experience with actually a CT side is a T side that knows how to rotate, get a kill, and then go back. Now, Raftu, working out nades and whatnot, but it's still 3v2. It's very doable for terrorists. SKADE, good position. Raftu turns around right at the wrong time. Very unfortunate, especially when you consider that Rainmaker was actually checking the door. Rainmaker will be next to fall. I think that was just a case of poor communication. Raftu didn't know that Rainmaker was watching the door. There was no way he could have turned around and watched window from that angle in time regardless. So I don't know why you turn over there.
That felt very kind of like you're just not used to team Counter-Strike. That's kind of what I see out of newer players who are entering this level of play. But Surreal, good hold from him. Endpoint, I just love that they gave themselves a very good look going into this first round. They had the utility necessary in order to capitalize, and they capitalized off of it. It's just when you see sometimes CTs dig themselves into a weird hole, overcommit with buys in the first couple rounds, and don't leave themselves the util you actually really do need on Dust 2. Dust 2, it feels like an aimer's map just because it's what everyone plays to deathmatch, but you really need util to make those aim duels a little bit more favorable. If they can just become, you know, a 5%, 10% increase in your chances of hitting a shot, or just putting them into a spot that you think that they're going to be, that can just make your aiming a lot easier.
Crucial, track spelling across, does not miss that shot. You love it when an AWPer can do that. Rainmaker, though, does get a response. Artillery. Oh, God, that's so deadly. Crucial is feeling it right now. He just needs to jump up, get another kill, and it's a highlight reel all in one round.
He wants it. You know he wants it.
It's a frag movie. Oh, God. You know he's getting ready. He's contacting his editor. He's saying, come on, get it going on. But unfortunately, doesn't land that last kill and has to rely on his teammates. How dare he?
Oh, man. I can't believe he hit this one. He's fully blind right there. He actually just shoots randomly and finds the op headshot of all things. And it might be a testament to his crosshair placement normally, where you would want to be a little bit lower to increase your chances. But regardless, it was very cool. SKADE, though, they're able to recover in a spectacular fashion. It was a 3v5 disadvantage for them, but they actually win with 2 alive. That's very unlike Endpoint to give those kind of rounds up in a weird I don't know what that was from Rainwaker. I don't know why he threw that smoke there the way he did. A jump throw, maybe he meant to throw it lower or farther to the right, so it was more of a dribble lurk smoke, but that's not going to be the case. SKADE's going to be able to scale regardless of the poor nade usage from... Wow, another flub nade from them right there, as we can see from that great camera angle. And Rainwaker, he's going to be making his... No, it's looking a little bit sloppy for them, but Rainwaker, he's going to have to look clean because he's got to keep this AK alive. He wants to retreat towards tunnel, and he does it with all body shots. I can't believe he hasn't been taken down right now. Usually 3 AK body shots is not what you're allowed when the other team is pathfinding. And so that's exactly why. Usually someone's going to find a headshot like that. Spellin the one where he's wondering, Raptor, how come they can't kill you or Rainwaker, but somehow they just instantly delete me in these kind of circumstances. It seems to always be the case in matchmaking where your players just stays alive forever and get instantly deleted. But
it's actually funny because I play with players who are ranked much higher than me. Not because I'm getting boosted, just because, you know, I am fortunate enough to have friends who are high ranked. And they get instantly one-tapped from across Dust 2 long doors with, I don't know, like a Glock or something. They'll go down while they have head armor. Like, some pretty insane stuff. But when it comes to me, everyone just... It's like that Ali G. Everyone literally sprays around me, and I just live somehow. It's great. Thrill, though, he has to live somehow with a lot of players coming over towards him. He'd love to call it great, but careful. Don't want to let SKADE to your presence this close in this situation. Flashbang coming in. He's dodged it. Come on, pull out your gun. He doesn't need it. Mighty Max is there, but now he's alone. He'll spray them down. How are you not checking car? It's literally the most common position to play in that situation. Surreal and Crucial. Oh no, that. Dude, I have no idea what happened there. Rainwake is alone in 1 versus 3. He has to clutch this out because of the blunders of his teammates. Robin is very comfortably covering everything, and he has brought him down. Maui, talk to me, man.
I think there might have been some kind of miscomm there, or for some reason they thought there was one on the B side. The guy threw a smoke from pretty close though, so the audio cue, maybe there was just too much talking on the SKADE side. It seems like there's kind of been a couple breakdowns in their comms throughout this game, or throughout this series thus far, so that might have been an instance of that. Just kind of a very poor overlooked situation, or maybe it's usually just kind of like the angle sometimes gets the better of them, where they think maybe he's deep closet and they kind of want to check out one spot. Like I don't know why they don't think that there's going to be a player there also, but I mean, it's going to work out for him in his favor. The disorientation of the round is going to just help out Endpoint tremendously, and SKADE, they are just playing with such a fast, vicious pace, and it seems like it came back to bite them in that last round, just overlooking, not checking your, not checking your corners. And Denny Slaw, he gets one. He knows that there was a boost that was trying to be constructed there, but it's not going to work out anyways. And look at this off from Crucial, jumping down from Catwalk there. I can't believe it. And he's just going to add insult to injury as SKADE, seems like they're digging their own graves in some of these rounds.
I need a replay of Crucial skills. I don't think we can get one, unfortunately we didn't catch them, but I think he got one in long. He pushed out towards mid, he got one in mid, and then he pushes through the doors and kills people with the USPs.
Yeah, also, can
I quickly just clarify? Oh, hold that thought. Mighty Max almost getting a little bit sloppy with it. Surreal will have a chance, and he capitalizes well. Dude, this is really good from Endpoint. Honestly, they're just calmly waiting for SKADE to make mistakes. I love that in the CT side. When it works out, it just looks so good. Molotov will block Spellin's way off as well. Utilities looking good. SKADE's looking less good. Good stuff from Endpoint all in all, and SKADE isn't doing themselves any favors at this point. Crucial, he's feeling it, and you know it. But very quick note, guys, I know that you can't get one tapped from a Glock at range if you have head armor or if you don't have head armor. It was literally an exaggeration. I don't know why I opened Twitch chat.
Yeah, well, Dennis Law, he's not going to want to open it after this game because he's been having a bad time, as have SKADE. I mean, I think that a lot of people are wondering, where is the firepower coming in from SKADE? It seems like Spellin, if he's not coming up with major impact rounds, there's just not a lot to say about the what's going on with SKADE. It seems like Endpoint, they've been bested the last couple times against SKADE, but they've really improved whatever it is that was going wrong. And this today, whether it's their shots are hitting or their communication, maybe it's a combination of both of them. Whatever it is, they're looking so much stronger than SKADE here. If I didn't know that these teams were so closely ranked and that they have had such a close history against each other, I would think that Endpoint's just the flat-out superior team in most respects. And look at this Molly, again, it's going to get Rainmaker out of his position. He has to smoke himself off. That's going to give them so much infill, and that nade is going to be massive as well. Actually, I don't...
It bounced off the corner of the pillar, I think, which made its trajectory change.
Okay, well, that's a little bit unfortunate because they knew exactly where he was. And SKADE, they're just desperate for answers at this point. Endpoint, they have a great setup here. They are looking so sharp. It will only be 2 players on this B site to defend what seems to be a B split coming out. We will see if that comes to bite them. Oh, it might, because Dennis Law, he gets one right there. That should indicate to SKADE that they should just begin this B split immediately. Surreal, he's gonna have to come up huge. Crucial gets one through the smoke somehow, and now Surreal, he's getting pinched from all 3 possible angles at once. He's not able to choose the right one. And Endpoint, they might have to consider their options here because they are really out of this round at this point.
They're really had their spacing down right over there. Rafter will go down, but you saw how... So, if you actually looked at this over again in the minimap later on, I don't think SKADE took the optimal path to getting to door and to window. And by that, I mean they didn't take the fastest possible one. And what that allowed was that Rainmaker managed to push through, and because they knew that Surreal had taken the peak initially, and Surreal has a good idea for how long it takes to get to the window. If he's expecting them to rush him down, then if they just take a split second longer and Rainmaker can come in from behind, Surreal's still going to be looking in towards the middle area. Rainmaker is the one who brings him down over there. They don't even have to risk themselves. That was probably the best coordination I've seen from them all game long.
That seems I mean maybe that'll be an upturn for them, an uptick in their performance. Maybe they're gonna find some stride here, but it might be too little too late. It's they have to face 5 match points for Endpoint at this stage in the game. They're trying to run through a Molotov. Thankfully for Endpoint, they're not going to get caught off guard. Should probably just solidify their cat defense's point. That's a great plan B for Endpoint. They're not just going to stick around, look foolish in it. They know what they want to do. They know what they want to accomplish. And look at this. They already actually know the next stage on top of that. Not just going to solidify the cat defense, but they're going to go for a mid push on top of this. This is some great initiative being taken from Endpoint. Their macro decision making is looking so sharp right now. And as Robin clears this B angle, it should actually make it so that they can stack the A bomb site. But SKADE, they might actually realize that this is in place, that this is a possibility for Endpoint, and that they actually may want to go back towards this B site. We'll see if SKADE overthink this whole just position that they're in, as Robin has such a good angle here. He might be able to multi-frag. We'll see as they do approach him now.
He has to multi-frag at this point. The way he's positioned, if he goes down early on, this will be very difficult. But he gets checked. Raptor takes him down. His second bullet was missed, and Thomas missed a whole lot more than just the second bullet, unfortunately for him. He pretty much landed nothing, and now he has a chance to correct and rectify, and he does do so. So SKADE, they're on their last limbs, and they might just be saying goodbye over here. And what can you really do? It's an unfortunate situation for them to find themselves in Maui, but Endpoint run away with it 2-0 in a map that we actually favored SKADE for.